In my video talking about the 25 movies that I wanted to watch from my back catalogue this year, I added in that I was looking to find a copy of Mutant Girls Squad from 2010 because I'd been looking for this movie for literally years with subtitles, and two lovely Horde members actually helped me find a copy of this. And I don't know if you're comfortable with me saying who you were, but just know thank you so much for helping me find this. Like, this movie looks insane in the best possible way, and if you too want to watch this movie, I will leave a link to where I found this movie thanks to these two people in the description bar, because oh boy is this movie difficult to find. But if you don't know anything about Mutant Girls Squad from 2010, let me quickly fill you in. Mutant Girls Squad from 2010 is a Japanese action horror comedy. On her 16th birthday, Rin, a bullied, timid schoolgirl, witnesses the deaths of her parents when they are killed by anti-mutant humans. Rin's dormant mutant abilities are awakened and she is driven away from her hometown by an angry mob. Here she meets other mutants, Rei, a hard-ass rebellious type, and Yoshi, a cute nurse who has conflicted feelings about killing humans. All originally trained by Kirasagi, the three girls turn against their master and his drive to turn Japan into a human-free zone, and must fight him and his other loyal mutant minions. If you're new here, I go by Hordes, and if you're not new, welcome back. I talk about horror movies here on my channel on Mondays and Fridays, but as always, when it comes to watching movies that I have never seen before, I am now going to go and watch Mutant Girls Squad from 2010 off camera, so that way if you too want to watch this movie where the mutants make the X-Men look tame, nothing will be spoilt for you, because nobody wants to watch a movie that you've just watched somebody else watch from start to finish, and I keep it spoiler free here on my channel because nobody, and I mean nobody, likes spoilers.
You ready, kids?
Imagine having arm pain, coming home from school on your 16th birthday, for your dad to open his shirt and pants and reveal his moving mutant nips and human eggplant to tell you that you are part of a family of mutants, only for then a group of military soldiers to turn up with masks that look like they've got Pinocchio noses that fire bullets out of them. That's the starting point for our main character, Rin.
What did you just say?
Just when I think that Noboru Iguchi can't surprise me any further, I watch something else of his movies and I'm like, nope, I'm definitely surprised now, and oh, YouTube's gonna have a field day with me trying to keep this YouTube friendly, but all I can say is, thank you, Noboru Iguchi. It wasn't until today that I saw a woman bend over and a chainsaw revving come out of their brown flower, and a woman rip her shirt open to reveal 3 feet long sword booby nippers. Like, I hadn't had that on my 2025 bingo card. And that is only 2 of the mutants in this movie. Just, you wait till you see what my girl Yoshi's powers are. I was not expecting that transformation. I'm not good. Like, jaw hit the floor when she revealed what her mutant powers were, but Yoshi's my favourite. I'm throwing that out there now. This movie feels like, if you've ever seen Tokyo Gore Police, great movie, love it, super gory, so is this. This feels like Tokyo Gore Police if it was told from the point of view of the mutants rather than from the police. And it's like the mutants have all teamed up with each other, and I've got a questionable mentor who may or may not have an ulterior motive. He looks like a male geisha, I'll say that. He's very, like, feminine looking, and I'm not mad at it. Like, his mutation is also, yeah, you need to watch the movie to find out what the mutations are in this. That's all I'm gonna say. And then he happens to worship a god. How do I describe this in YouTube friendly terms? That looks like a Venus flytrap, but in the middle of it is a volcano-shaped man sausage, if you get where I'm going with this.
Yes.
Rin, our main character, is fine. She's fine. I just think that her supporting characters are stronger. You've got Rei, who's the, like, broody, moody kind of teenager that you find worldwide in horror movies, in dramas, like, you know the type, the I have a grudge against everybody in the world kind of thing. I do like her backstory in this. I think it adds some much needed depth to her character, but like I said, Yoshi the nurse is my favourite, and I think that she is way stronger than Rin. Like, Yoshi, oh my god, the happy little ball of joy that she is in this movie. Love her. That power though. There's a random dance scene in this. Like, a girl whose face can transform into the Japanese flag is dancing on top of a car while one of her associates is playing the drums on 3 victims' heads while her mutant twin that is attached to her is laughing the entire time before they all explode. I kid you not. Like, if this doesn't sell you on this movie, I don't know how I'm going to sell you on it. And this is all before the hour mark. The final action sequence in this starts with the line, "I'm your new leader of Japan," and my jaw hit the floor and I was like, what the actual hell am I looking at? Like, the ending of this movie is just new levels of insanity that I was not ready for. If you are already familiar with my boy Noboru Iguchi, you will already know that he does gore to the over-the-top level. It's like somebody opens a fire hydrant levels of blood, and he has wonderfully questionable CGI. And his practical effects are like the most basic of basic. You can tell that they're like done on a budget, and I love that. This movie is no exception. There is so much blood in this. Like, somebody will get their hand cut off and it will be like a garden hose levels of blood just coming out of the end of it. It is wild. I love when Rin, with her little claw hand, slices somebody in the face, and it reminds me of the scene in Resident Evil with the lasers in the corridor. If you've seen that, like, their faces will get sliced into 3 bits, and then the wonderfully questionable CGI will kick in, and the 3 parts like wobble on top of each other and slide about before they then fall to the floor. And it is glorious, and I love it, and never change, Noboru Iguchi. I don't watch these movies for realism. I watch them because they are insanity on a whole nother level. Like, somebody getting their face sliced off and it conveniently lands on somebody else's face and it is perfectly lined up. That's the sort of insanity that you are going to get in Mutant Girls Squad. But this might be the most insane of Noboru Iguchi's movies, and that is saying something, because Dead Sushi and Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead exist.
Stop it. Get some help.
There is still very much that hint of gross out mixed in with this, which is very much Noboru Iguchi's style. And if you've never watched anything by this director before, all I'll say is, if you like Peter Jackson's movies like Brain Dead or Bad Taste or the older things that he did, Meet the Feebles to a certain extent, then you will like Noboru Iguchi, because it's kind of the same gross out, but he makes Peter Jackson's levels of blood look like nothing. The man's a little bit obsessed with coating everybody in like a torrential rainstorm of red. I have to quickly give a shout out to the soundtrack for this one though, because oh my god, all the action sequence in this sound like they should be on the Persona 5 soundtrack, and Persona 5 is one of my top 2 video games of all time, so its soundtrack certainly stood out to me. This is the 6th movie that I have now watched by Noboru Iguchi, and up to this point I have rated every single one of them that I have watched at least a 3 stars. And I'm happy to say that Mutant Girls Squad continues with this, and in the end, I am actually going to give Mutant Girls Squad from 2010 a 3.5 out of 5 stars, because it is gory, its plot isn't the best, but it will keep you laughing at the ridiculousness that just keeps escalating and escalating. This was such a fun time, and for me, that's all I need in a movie sometimes. I don't need serious, I don't need a really heavy message, just give me fun little weird mutant ladies that are going around and having a good time killing people, and that's Mutant Girls Squad. And if anybody is wondering where this ranks in my Noboru Iguchi movies, This goes into 4th place, 3rd place is The Machine Girl, and 5th place is Zombie-Ass Toilet of the Dead. But my opinion isn't the only one that matters, which begs the question, should you personally watch Mutant Girls Squad from 2010? If you like your horror flavoured with mutant ladies, so much blood, fun kills, over-the-top action sequences, wonderfully questionable CGI, talking cake, like anything that is listed here, you will probably like Mutant Girls Squad from 2010. And trust when I say, it's a wild one. So there you have it, my initial thoughts and my review for my first time watching Mutant Girls Squad from 2010. If you've also seen this movie, I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on it down in the comments section down below. And if you do want to watch this movie, check my description bar because there will be a link to where I found this one online. You can download it or watch it online. Both versions will come with English subtitles. If you would like to know where else you can find me, I am also over on Instagram and Letterboxd at HordesOfHorror, where I talk about every single horror movie that I watch, not just the ones that I talk about here on YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, I'll be back on Friday with another solo movie review, and this time it's a movie that was on my 25 movies that I wanted to take down this year, because there were quite a few of you that said you'd be interested in a couple of movies that were featured on that list. So I'm actually going to be watching one of those 25 movies. So it's time for a British torture corn movie. Still trying to keep this YouTube friendly. We're watching Mum and Dad from 2008. So until next time, bye.